Good morning, folks. We're out of Dad's. I wheeled this thing outside. It's been 3 days since I put the sealer in the gas tanks. We had the gas tank for this, gas tank for the little Wizard engine, and then 3 lanterns. Put the sealer in there. It said to let it cure for at least 24 hours. It's been 3 days now. There was something that spilled in the pan, and it's really like rubbery. I don't know exactly what I was expecting. I'd never used this before, but I thought it would be set up hard, but it's dry all the way through, and it must just make like a rubbery coating. But I looked inside the gas tank. I'm not even going to show you. You won't be able to see it anyway, but looks like I got a good coating on the inside of there. So I'm going to get the gas tank put back on here, put a little bit of gas in it, and start this thing up. And then I'm going to get something out here to plug into it and see if it still makes electricity. It did in 2016, but it's been sitting in my garage, and it looks like there've been a couple of mice inside of there. I pulled some fluff out of the generator, so we'll see if it comes back to life and still makes power. Oh goodness, get down here to the ground. There, we got the fuel tank on. I gotta tighten the sediment bowl up here, and I have to get it lined up to where it lines up with there's a fitting that goes into there and then goes on the end of the fuel line. So I gotta get it in the right position. I think I can probably, it's not super tight yet, so I think I can probably go one more full turn. I might have to get a wrench on here to turn it, but I think I can get another full turn out of it. Get this around to where it's close, and then I'll get my fitting threaded in there, and then I'll snug it up after the fitting's threaded in there so that I can make sure that I've got it lined up exactly where it needs to be to connect to that fuel line. Get in there. You gotta remember to tighten up the fuel line at the carburetor too. When I put the carburetor back on the other day, I left that end of it loose so that I could have some room to wiggle it around at this end. Yeah, I'm gonna go one more turn with that too. That's not very tight yet. Ooh, geez, that's getting tight. Ooh. Man, maybe I should have stopped instead of going one more turn. Still can't get that right on there. Dang. That is snug. I should have stopped instead of going one more turn. See if I can get a little farther. It's not far enough to line up. Whew! I'm glad I didn't have to go any more than that. Actually, that is almost perfectly lined up with the fuel line. There we go. Oh, I'm turning everything the wrong way first today. A little backwards today for some reason. Well, I'll put some gas in there and see if that gas tank sealer stuff stays put. This gas tank didn't leak anyway, but that sealer's supposed to, the cleaner and sealer is supposed to clean as much of the rust out as you can, and then the sealer is supposed to seal it, so if there is any more rust flakes in there, they won't flake off anymore. We'll see how it does. I'm sure I'll have to adjust the carburetor a little bit. I'm going to get the camera down here and see if we can see if any fuel flows into the fuel bowl when I open it up here. I did check the oil on it and it's full of oil. It might be 40-year-old oil, but it's full of oil. Well, the fuel bowl filled up. I don't see any fuel leaking out of the carburetor. Well, that's a good sign. All the cars driving by on the highway sound like there's jets flying around out here on the video, but it's just traffic on the highway. I'll open that needle up a turn and a half, and the other one's already set to 1.5 turns. I'll leave the air filter off for right now. I don't know which way is open and close on that choke. I believe you pull it out to close it. Put this throttle lever about halfway. We'll see if this thing will start, and then if it starts, we'll see if it makes any power or not. I may have to get a little fuel to prime it since I don't have the carburetor set yet. A little shot of fuel in the carburetor. See if we can get it to start, and then we'll go from there and adjust the carburetor on it. Pull that choke back out again. Well, it did something. At least a little smoke came out of the carburetor, so. Okay, well that was with the choke almost all the way shut that it was running, so I definitely need to open up the carburetor needle valves a little bit more. I'll go another turn and a half on that one, and another turn on the one down there at the bottom, and we'll try it again. Close the choke back to where it was when it started. plug something in and see if it makes the power. You have to use the cord that came with it because it's got one of these plugs that goes in and turns. Yeah, got his little space heater out here. I'm going to plug that in and see if it makes power. So it's just running the fan, so it's drawing a little electricity, but not a lot. And then you can hear it kind of surging a little bit. As soon as you click it back on, so it's actually drawing some power, it moves right out. We'll go ahead and take a look at what Dad's got built in the cart so far. Here's the cart that Dad's building. The rear axle will go through right there. The front axle is up here. Pivot side to side and it'll be able to turn. That'll be much nicer for moving that heavy old thing around. These are the wheels over here that we've got several sets of those that we got about 20 years ago. So that's the steel wheels that'll be on it. The old generator's running good out here. My idle's already come loose again. Now I put a spring or something on that, make it easier to keep that tightened down. Well, I fiddled with the carburetor a little bit more now. I got it to where even with the belt on it, it'll idle right down real nice. It'd be interesting to see if I have my voltmeter with me, how many volts that generator makes. And it's just idling like that. I'm not gonna turn the heater on and put a load on it because I know it's not making correct voltage when it's just idling. Got it to idle down real nice. Push the throttle lever forward, it'll throttle right back up. And then when you put a load on the generator, it runs real nice. Thanks again for watching this week. Come back next week, we'll have a video about something. I don't know what it'll be yet, but we'll come up with something. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. All those things really help out. Thanks again for watching.